topic, we're going to go over Dominic Cruz and retired fighters. Recently, recently Dominic Cruz just appeared on the MMA Hour, great show, and he discussed with Ariel Hawani about retired fighters and everything and the stuff that they say. And his quote unquote his what he said. I look at this whole sport from a completely different frame and the mind these days than I have ever looked at before, because I had to rewrite my belief systems as I've won and lost one loss. That's one of the reasons I'm here. I've never felt that so much lost 2 years of my life and then to come back and win again and feeling that loss, there's no understanding of yourself like that. So any athlete who left the sport undefeated, I question, are you really undefeated, or did you not challenge yourself as hard as you could have? And if you did, what would it like on the other side? Anybody who leaves undefeated in this sport, I get it, you're undefeated. Are you undefeated? Or could you have just pushed a little harder to get that at next level and get that loss and then come back and reclaim the loss with a win and see what your next level is? What's your next evolution of life? Then he went on to explain loss and what's necessary, and it's a necessary evil. He said, it's not all about just winning and being perfect. Nothing in life is that. You can't dodge loss. You can't dodge pain. You can't dodge any of it. So what's the point? You might as well just go right through it, because when it happens, the question is when it does happen, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to just give up and say, I'm retired, I didn't quit? Or are you going to get back on the horse and see what else you can be? See what you can get through. See what it looks like on the other side. I was fortunate enough to have that experience and to be that, and I'm still on the ride, and let's see what comes next.
So is he talking about Henry Cejudo in that?
Okay, he was talking about, it seemed like he was talking about Khabib in that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not Henry Cejudo. So Henry Cejudo did lose, came back, and then won. So, I mean...
I'm going to get next on what he said about Cejudo after, let's go over this point real quick. Okay. It seemed like he was talking about Khabib in here throughout the whole...
That's what I got, because he's the only undefeated MMA fighter there is, really. Like, I can't think of another one. Who retired.
Yes. Yeah, who retired. Because pretty much, okay, there's two sides to this. Okay, he is right about MMA and being undefeated. You keep fighting, you eventually you're going to get defeated. Yeah. So the issue is he having this quitting while you're ahead and in your prime, it seems. It's like, if you retired undefeated in your prime, did you really get...
but let's, dude, there's so much other stuff with Khabib. Like, that's not even, like, his dad dying, him promising he's never going to fight again, his mom. Like, look at your mom and say, hey, I promise you I'm never going to fight again. Like, dude, I wouldn't. Like, that's my mom. Like, I just promised her that, so...
Yes, and okay, two things with that, too, is... On the flip side of that, Otis, is...
Keep it hundo, Mac. Keep it hundo.
Always keep it hundo. It's the safest thing to say and do. It's like when LeBron James left the Heat. He really left the Heat because they got old and the Spurs destroyed him. But the safe thing to say was, I'm returning home.
Yo, he about to get another championship, dude. Those Lakers looking good. So
no, he's not. But we get on that. We get on that next. He's not.
That's a bonus show.
The thing with the Khabib is, Khabib still wants to fight. Because Khabib always find a way to be in stories when it comes to MMA. He act like he just stuck on coach, and he wants to, and he's still engaged in controversial topics.
Him and GSP hug it out. GSP going behind him, and first of all, Khabib's bigger than GSP. It's like sizably bigger. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. GSP just fought 185 his last fight. Like, and Khabib's at 155, and Khabib's bigger. Oh.
Yeah, Khabib is a big guy. And one thing about Khabib is a big guy. He hated cutting weight. He really hated cutting weight. There was times he had issues in the past. He hated cutting weight. And if his father was still alive, Khabib would still be fighting. Even if he told his mom that.
True.
Because his father was all about the game, and he wanted his father... And his father's all about a game. He wanted to make his father happy. The mother thing was just cherry on top. The cherry on top. And Khabib's still in there. He's still trained. He's doing all these things. But Khabib, one thing about Khabib is Khabib was a dominant fighter. And If he went up to welterweight, it would have been a chance of him losing. If he stayed in 55, the cut weight issue, because the older you get, it's hard to cut weight. He retired on top. He retired like he was supposed to do. But
I think so.
I don't think he's in a GOAT conversation though.
It's hard, man. It's hard because you're right. It's hard to put him in the GOAT conversation. It really is. If he came back and rattled off 2, 3, 4 wins, okay, you can put him in the conversation. But I mean, retiring undefeated is like, it's the zenith. It's literally what more as a professional athlete? So you go to the top. You literally you blood, sweat, tears, pain, misery, joy, everything. You make it to the top. You're undefeated. You never felt that taste of defeat. You had some hard fights, but you never tasted that defeat. And you're here. You got the sun shining on you. You're like, like I'm retiring. I'm done. I did it. I climbed the mountain. Like, I don't know. It's hard to be like a negative spin on that. Like I understand Dominic Cruz. Dude, he's a logical guy. I understand where he's coming from. He's like, dude, well, what's your next level? Because he's a fighter. He's like, I lost and I got better. If you keep fighting, you will lose. Like, Father Time will beat you one time. But why do you even want to take that chance? Like, Khabib is fine. Like, I just don't understand him attacking Khabib. Like, what?
And here's the thing about taking that chance. The thing about fighting. Fighting is about taking a chance.
True.
Think about fighting. Khabib didn't start the game. He may want to be undefeated, but I think Khabib started the game to be the best in the world.
And he was. He did. He was. He is. Like, I don't know.
And the problem with Khabib is logical people see certain things. Fan people see different things. Khabib, top 10 talent. Khabib resume don't even come close to any of the other. And let's be honest.
That's not true. That's not true. And why I say that's not true, if you look at the past victories on his record, the past few, all those people are going to be Hall of Famers and going to have like amazing careers. Dustin, and the way he steamrolled Dustin Poirier, he steamrolled Justin Gaethje, he steamrolled Conor McGregor. Like, these are like Hall of Famers we're talking about. So I mean, like. So, yes. And no. And I totally, dude, he's not GOAT. Like, yes, I got GOAT. GOAT is Anderson Silva. We talked about this. GSP and freaking John Jones and Mighty Mouse. I got it. I got GOAT. But top 10, you could argue he's definitely top 10 lightweight of all time. Like, I mean.
Of course. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Right. He's not the GOAT. But he could become the GOAT. You can never, like.
No.
But no, what I'm saying is, dude, don't. If Dominic Cruz is saying, hey, everyone who retires undefeated, you're leaving something. You're leaving something in the octagon. You could be better. You could have gone to the next step if you would have lost. I'm not buying that, dude. I'm not like, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't. I'm just saying me. If I'm undefeated, if I'm 50-0, and I had the championship, and my father died, and my mother was like, please don't fight again. You've done it all. Why the fuck would I? Like, I'm done. Like,
now I get out.
They came at me like $100 million. If they were like, no, I want you to fight this broomstick for $100 million, Mom, here's $50 million. Be quiet. Like,
I agree with you. I think what he was getting at was the psychology of fighting, because the thing about it is, it's easy.
It's a very, it's a very nuanced look, and I understand. Dominic Cruz is very smart. He's a very smart guy. So,
here's what he's saying, and this goes in life, period.
Yeah,
right?
You put it in life.
It's like this. I don't want to listen to a preacher or a pastor if they don't have any testimony.
That's my favorite quote that you say. Like, it really is. Like, that's like, it's so true though.
It's the thing. When you have a trait and you win, okay, you don't know anything about a person because they win. But if I beat you, you have stuff to learn. Okay, I need to work on this. You can get better. And I learned more about you by how you come back. Like we was talking about Deontay Wilder and Fury.
Yep.
The Fury destroyed him that second fight.
Yep.
And it was like, how is Deontay going to come back? What is he going to do? And you're going to learn a lot about him.
And we did learn a lot about him.
We didn't learn anything about Fury because Fury won that first one and Fury won again. Like, how you come back, that's when you really determine what the fight.
You learn the most with losses. You really do. Like, yeah.
Yes, and that's when you learn about a lot about someone. When someone like it's like if me and you play on a football team, and I can hate you. Let's just say I hate you, Otis. We on the
You
offense. I
do?
hate you.
Okay.
I hate you. But we're winning and winning championships. I'm with you throwing champagne on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we did it again.
All the NFL players or NBA players, that's true. Like you hate that person, but you know how many people probably hated Kyrie in the locker room that were like, I hate this guy. Like,
but we're winning, we good. But the moment we start losing, Otis shaving routes. He never practiced.
But that's when the cancer on a team. That's when you send them away when you lose. Like that's how. That's why I'm telling you. That's why these good players, like I'm sorry, like Kevin Durant, like that's why they, as soon as they lost, bye. Like they're like, see ya. Like because no, you don't want to. When you're winning, it doesn't matter who you're around. But when you're losing, that's when it's different. Like that's when you find out your true friends and your true people that you care about. So, and that's a metaphor for life.
And you really realize, like with Henry Cejudo, when he lost to Demetrius Johnson, he came back retooled and he beat Demetrius Johnson. And when he first lost to Demetrius Johnson, he got KO with a body shot.
Yeah, and it was legit. It was legit.
And the second one was questionable. He still came back and won.
It was a 5-round fight that he brought. I mean, the best ever, maybe at 125. So I mean, yeah, like,
he came back with a split. So that's what you learn. So I get what he said on that part, but no one wants to lose. If you're undefeated, you're undefeated. That's what it is.
Correct. Now, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm saying. If you're undefeated, no one wants to lose. Like, no one wants to take the 1% chance or the 0.01% chance you're going to lose on your next fight. Why would you take that chance if you don't need to? If it's not financially beneficial to you. So
now here's the thing too: is it also depends if people like you or not. Khabib, due to Conor. No. I'm saying how his perception is. The thing about it is, if Conor made it where Khabib was a likable character. If people didn't like Khabib, right? Mm-hmm. If people didn't like Khabib, they would scroll Khabib record more and see certain things. But Khabib was universally liked dude. Like people ridicule Conor because he won 2 championships because he didn't have no defenses. But
which makes sense. It's good that now I'm thinking back. It's true though.
It also makes sense that Khabib didn't have that many top 10 fighters. That makes sense. But people like Khabib, so they look past it. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
You're like,